by 17. Winner of this game takes the 3-2 lead in the best of 7. And the winner will play the Orlando Magic in the Eastern Conference Finals. But you know, everyone always said, who's going to step up to help LeBron? Jamison and Mo Williams have not yet. They have 7 points each. And LeBron, now trying to step up, has 12 points on only his second field goal of the game.
And that's because Pierce got caught going underneath that screen that time. It gave LeBron James a chance to get set. It wasn't a long-range shot. He elevated, was squared up to the basket, knocked it down.
And there is Allen, tore behind, tapped out by Parker into the hands of the Celtics again. Allen goes behind to Rondo. Rondo for 3. He's got it, a big one. And Rondo hits a 3. Allen has 5. That's 6 all told for the Celtics, who are up again by 18.
And if you look at the game plan is to make Rondo a jump shooter. Well, that time, one of those times that he answers the call with a 3.
And approaching 1 minute remaining in the third quarter and 6 on the shot clock. And James badly misses a 3. So LeBron now 2 of 11 and 0 for 4 from three-point range. This is so totally uncharacteristic for the Cavaliers playing at home and the way they are playing in this game. And it's not solitaire, as Red Auerbach once said, as the Celtics turn it over. And the Cavs get it back with just under a minute.
This is a group of big men for Boston. I'm talking about Davis and Perkins together that do not allow them to space out the floor. Whenever those 2 big men are on the floor, you see Cleveland collapse to try and take away the penetration. They're not worried about either one of those big guys stepping out for jump shots.
Perkins and Allen go out. Allen has scored 22. And Rasheed Wallace, who has 4 fouls, has come in. And the offensive foul called against Varejao, and that'll be 3 on him. This has been a game of consternation for Mike Brown, the Cavaliers head coach.
Mike Brown has done a superb job this entire season, juggling all the new players that he had to bring in. He tried a number of different combinations, and that was because he's trying to learn his new players and see which ones played best together. And then you get into a matchup against a veteran Boston team, a Boston team that felt if they had a chance, it was going to be meeting, you see Pierce with that jumper, meeting the Cavaliers in the second round rather than meeting them in the third round, because they might have enough energy just to get by them in this round.
So Pierce has 16 points in this game, and that is his series high. After scoring only 9 on Sunday, his series low. Parker goes up, the basket counts, and the foul as well. And a chance for the three-point play for Anthony Parker.
So you chase him off the three-point line, but then you let him get inside the defense. You wind up fouling him from behind on the side there. The ball goes in. He still winds up with the ability to put 3 points on the scoreboard. And Dick, what I was referring to about Boston is they felt that if they had to go through 2 series and then meet up with Cleveland, they might not have enough energy. But if they could meet the Cavs in the second round, they just might have enough, because they felt confident enough they knew how to attack Cleveland's defense.
And as you know from your experience, it's a war of attrition, especially with veteran teams playing long series as they go along, which is why the Orlando Magic are sitting pretty where they are, dispatching 2 teams. And I know they could be a little rusty when they end up playing the winner of this series, but they are in perfect position right now, 8-0 in the playoffs.
Their confidence level should be very high. Physically, they should be in real good shape, and that's why head coach Stan Van Gundy kept preaching to them, end it while we can.
Final seconds of this third quarter. Rajon Rondo's come alive, and here's Rasheed Wallace missing, and that'll do it. Celtics extend the lead to 17. LeBron James has 12 on 2 baskets, and it was Rondo who scored 12 in the third quarter, a quarter in which the Celtics outscored the Cavaliers 30-19.
It's on me to own everything above the rim. It's on me for my brotherhood.
We start the fourth quarter here in Cleveland with the Celtics up by a whopping 80-63 margin, scoring 30 points in each of the last 2 quarters they've played. And a few moments ago, David Aldridge caught up with Mike Brown, the Cavs head coach.
Mike, why are they having so much success in the half court against your defense right now?
Right now, we're not doing a good job with Ray. We're supposed to be blitzing his pin downs. He's still getting loose on us. We got to do a better job of just running bodies at him as he's coming off that pin down.
And what do you see offensively with LeBron? Why is he so stagnant and not getting involved today?
He's missed some jump shots. He's got to try to attack, and that's what we're going to tell him. Look to attack this fourth quarter.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, David. Here is Ilgauskas. Gibson is in the game and tries to keep it alive and can't. So it's Pierce along with Rondo, Davis, Tony Allen, and Rasheed Wallace.
See the gang rebounding. 4 green jerseys going after that rebound coming into this fourth quarter. Boston held a 34-27 advantage on the glass.
And Ilgauskas picks up the foul. By the way, Pierce with 16 points and 10 rebounds. And Antoine Jamison will come in for Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
Number 4, Antoine Jamison.
Paul Pierce got the shooting range early. 7 for 18. He's 43%, but certainly has given the Celtics the offensive spark that they lacked from him in the series. Here's Rondo looping it in, almost off his elbow.
Yeah, I think the point that you make about Pierce, Dick, is that he's taken 18 field goal shots in the game. That's the key thing, that he's getting shots up at the basket, which gives him a chance to score the thing.
And the three-point attempt missed by Daniel Gibson. So the Cavaliers right now settling for outside shots early on in this fourth quarter, which plays into the Celtic hands.
You put the ball in the low post area, you draw double teams, you get fouls, you go to the free throw line, and you stop the clock so you can make up ground.
And Davis with the basket and the foul. And right now the Boston Celtics are picking up where they left off in that third quarter and are up by 21 and a chance to advance it as Jamison picks up the foul.
When you're left by yourself, one-on-one down the block, Jamison goes for the reach and steal on the top side. The offensive player, Glenn Davis, spins baseline, spins away from him. That's the problem when you gamble defensively. You miss, it's a layup, foul, possible three-point play.
Celtics defeated the Cavaliers in 7 games in the semifinals in 2008. And let me ask you, how much is the experience of this Boston team really starting to play a major role to say, look, this is a big lead we're not going to squander even on the road?
Well, the Celtics know what it takes. They've won a championship. And Doc Rivers not happy with that call that it was in the act of shooting. Doc felt that the foul had taken place before the guy ever got a chance to raise the ball up. But going back to your question, Dick, the Celtics have bonded as a team. They had to bond that first year when they won the championship together, when the 3 Hall of Famers all came together on the same team, Garnett, Allen, and Pierce. Then they had to go through the next change, and that was the emergence of Rondo into an all-star player. And all of a sudden they had to be willing to accept Rondo's role and have the team change, have the chemistry change. And that's why there were stretches in the last 20 games, 15 games for Boston, where they played some terrible basketball.
Yes.
But Doc Rivers lived with it. He went through it so he could get them to once again bond as a unit, bond as a team.
Meanwhile, a fashion note, so to speak, LeBron James has taken his elbow sleeve off. Again, we don't know how much it might be bothering him, having a off shooting game to say the least. And here is Glenn Davis. Davis coming alive more offensively here with 5 points here in the fourth quarter. And it's a 23-point lead, and with 2 minutes going by, the Celtics establish their largest lead and keep running it up on these Cavaliers. Here is Shaq, and that'll roll in for Shaquille O'Neal, who has 15.
Now the key is, will you keep going back into Shaq, force Boston to come down and help out on him, or let Shaq put points on the scoreboard from 4 feet away?
Early in this quarter, the Cavaliers were content with outside shots. So let's see if they do post up more. Here's Rasheed Wallace. Double team with Gibson and Jamison, and Shaq with the block out of bounds. And it's last touch by the Cavaliers with 7 on the shot clock.
Shaq doing his job, protecting the basket that time. But down the other end of the floor, reward him, put the ball in his hands. Rondo thought he was going to have an easy look. Shaq comes over, protects the rim.
And that's the 8th block shot by the Cavaliers in this game. Pierce firing it up against the double team, but Davis follows with the basket. So Glenn Davis, in his third year from LSU, who did not play in the first 27 games with a broken right thumb, has come up big in the fourth.
And that's because Shaq is over there trying to protect against the drive to the basket. Who's left to block out Davis? No one. The guard underneath, too small. Score and foul.
7 points right now for Davis, and it was Kevin Garnett who said, when the Celtics bench plays well, we win. Pure and simple. And that's what they're doing as this game wears on, as you see Parker come into the game for Cleveland.
Well, you know, if the Celtics' big three wind up all having great nights on the same